Hello there, my name is Rai, and welcome to part 2 in a video series about how to create a Divinity Original Sin 2 custom campaign. In this video, we are going to go back to what we had before, which is Game Master. We're going to do Prepare Campaign. We're going to go back to the one we started, the Wailing Wand. Look at all that fun lore we put in there, and we're going to load the campaign. While this is loading, this is going to be the video about creating a scene and how to best populate a scene, give or take. I know there's a lot of approaches to doing so, and my approach is simply one of many. So we're gonna scroll. This is using the scroll wheel to scroll in, by the way. Fairly intuitive, but also possibly not. I forgot that the stickies are sort of localized to the screen, not the map. So yeah, just put them like on the side, I guess. It's probably the best way to do that. Anyway, we are going to create Roygar Garrison today. I like to click bind new level and do it that way. You could alternately go to the scene, create the scene here, and then right click on this. Or no, you would have to load the scene or possibly bind existing level like this. But I don't like doing that. I just like clicking bind new level and making it from scratch. So you'll note in the level templates here that there are a lot. You can search for templates if you want. You want to click on there, search for town or something, village. But you can also just scroll down. There's not that many, give or take, but there are still a lot. So we have here farms. This is a garrison, so it's gonna look somewhat military-esque. Get to one somewhere. House estate. House exterior, double houses. Ruins estates again. Interior. More ruins here. There's some villages. It's gotta be a village. Is it a beach harbor? Yeah, I'd say it's a beach harbor. I'll do a beach harbor scene. And now you can either go into Roygar Garrison from here or from here, but we are going to load the level. Loading level for first time, you're gonna notice that it is barren. There's like nothing in here. So basic controls for moving around the scene. WASD to move that camera. Fun, smooth camera movement, very fun. Middle mouse to click, hold, and spin. So you middle mouse hold, and then you spin for perspective sakes. And then if you had an NPC selected, you click on them and then right click to move or left click to move. But we don't have one. We'll load that up later on to show you. Currently the game is paused. While the game is paused, no player actions will really go through. If you have characters, they will not move. This is good if you want to set up the scene before you give players control. You want to give a bit of exposition, maybe you load the scene and then you click on a vignette and you transport them into a mini scenario and then, back to the scene. But once you click on this global pause stop, the game continues. Any NPCs that were supposed to walk around or anything, you can control again. Anyway, we're gonna pause it just because it's easier when everything's paused. We're gonna scroll wheel out just to make sure everything is here. It's not really much of a garrison, huh? I was sort of expecting a bit more of a garrison-ish thing. But it's a little small. Well, we can call it a garrison. We can always make it a bit more of like a militaristic area anyway. So things I like to do is think about what we want this place to be. If we want this to be a little bit of a military outpost, let's say this is the main building for that. Here is a hut. That means the tavern is not actually going to be important and probably is going to be in a different part in the civilian quarters. That's fine. This is the garrison. This is where people would go. Also, you can clip into the houses, but you can't actually go into the houses. So this is like purely for flair of like, I guess if you wanted to look into the house, but players can't do that anyway. So it's just the model. Anyway, let's go to the most important thing here. This is the creatures and items panel here. So over here we have creatures. These are presets. You You can create presets of any of these characters, and I could expand them all forever, but just know that there are, in fact, a lot. You can also do creatures, straight up creatures, bears, void touch stuff for a bit of a demonic or like weird flow of things, demons, straight up, and just like skeletons, elementals, and weird phone creatures. If you, for example, create a character, this is a military outpost, so we'll have some knights. Use the scroll wheel to turn their rotation, so you click and hold them, and then scroll wheel to turn how they're facing if you want to do so. We're gonna have them here, and we are going to do a quick thing called click on Q, and then it's the knight. We're gonna change his name to be we'll do Alabaster Gold. This is starting area. I don't expect people to fight these guys either, but you never know. So we're gonna give them neutral tag. Ally tag means they're always gonna be on the party's side when there's a fight. Neutral means it could go either way. And enemy means they're not gonna be, they're always gonna be fighting the party. We're not gonna interfere too much with a lot of the attributes and whatnot here. I'll probably cover that in a different video. But we will go through. We can actually change the sphere's appearance a decent amount. Actually quite like the first helmet actually. Keep that. Head shape doesn't really matter if you're in that. Torso, you can change the armor type, which is such a cool thing. I can't believe there's so much like customization in that. You can make them look, you know, maybe they're knights, but they're from like a region where they don't have full chainmail. Make them feel a bit more homely in appearance. Obviously not naked, we're not gonna... I could just have a match here, but I'll give them a bit of chainmail. Because, you know, everyone needs something to protect themselves with. Got leather boots, maybe? Yeah. Facial features, skin color, you can't see it here, but at least for the fingers, we can give them a bit of variation. Hair color, I don't think it changes anything. Nope. Clothing color, armor changes. You can give them funny armor if you want. But for the sake of rough exposition here, on this non-existent story that I'm literally making up as we go, I'm gonna try and give them like bluish armor here. There we are. Well, that doesn't read very well. Let's do a bit of a darker color on the armor itself. No. Maybe it's just this. Looks a little weird, but should be fine. This color, oh, it's the changing of the chainmail. It changes weird stuff. I'm not gonna manipulate that. I'm not gonna give him too much stuff. He has a two-hander. We're gonna duplicate this item. You're gonna see me do this a lot, especially if I do like a speed up of the video or anything. Essentially, to explain what I'm doing is, in Divinity, when you kill enemies, you often loot their corpses to find what they were holding or what they were using or something. If they're a traitor, they'll have a bunch of their wares that still stick around after death, but not everything. So, in this case, if you kill this guard, you will receive a two-hander that is in their inventory. If it's not in their inventory, say like I never duplicated that, when this person dies, nothing will drop from them. So I'm going to duplicate it over, have it in there. It's going to be nothing. And you can also generate their stock here, but we're not going to do that. He's not a trader. Yeah, you can see you can manipulate all these stats here, but we're not going to do that. We can give him skills. If you want to have him fight, we can give him special skills here, and we can give him custom stats. We are also not going to go over that. basic AI, and then they have a bunch of other AI. In this case, this is a warrior, so we can give him the warrior AI. So, in this case, Alabaster Gold has been manipulated correctly. He is sort of just standing here. That's a little awkward. We'll fix that in a second here. But we're going to put him here. We are going to right-click on him, and we are going to click Save As. New exported character, Alabaster Gold. Accept. Now, when you click on the Creatures and Items panel, you will see a E category. E for exported characters. This is where all of your custom characters are saved. This is especially good if you lose track of one of them, or maybe say a player kills someone, but you want them to be back, but you don't want to ruin all the effort you took to make a certain character look cool. Just duplicate them. Name them something different. It'll be fine. The players will not notice. And if they do, then you can just be like, oh well, this is the like basic training outfit for a lot of people here. Items list. These are consumables. These are more consumables. Well, things that consumables stack in. You can hover over and see what they all are. But we're just gonna go to, I think, where am I going? We're going to furniture. Are we going to furniture? It's been a second since I've actually manipulated all this. I'm gonna have to go and find it myself. There we are. Decorative. We are gonna look for chairs. Yeah, look, it's a stool. Look at them go. They spin. It's a chair. Actually, it looks a little weird to have in a. This one might look slightly different. Or this one, well, no, they're basically the same. We'll use this one though. You can click O as well to have an overhead view if you want to look at, you know, how it looks in contrast to environment and all that. We're gonna give him a chair here. Obviously, it doesn't sit too close to the fire. That'd be a little weird. We'll put the chair here. We'll put maybe another we'll just duplicate this over. Another stool here. Maybe on the, yeah. Basically though, what you can do is you click this button here. This says possess. You click this button. The game is paused. Yes. I will have to unpause for that to happen. Game is unpaused. Now you can sit on the chair. He is sitting in the wrong way. This is when you turn him. Oh, whoops. Nope. That's not what I wanted you to do. Sit down to Game Master. And then, oh, damn it. Wait, there we are. Now we can turn his sitting location. There we are. And now he looks a bit more, oh, nope. Go back. Grab the chair again. Grab the chair, come on. Yeah. I usually spend a lot of time making sure they are sitting exactly where I want them to be. You don't have to. This is just things I like to do to make it feel better. They would probably look a little bit better if there was something next to it. We're not going to do that. Yeah, the rest of this is just going to be me making this look, give or take, like a thing. We can do some barrels. Let's just do... You don't have to click and drag either. If you want to, you can just click on a barrel, say this barrel, and then you can click, and then click again, and you have the option to just like infinite click. So you want to make a stack of barrels. I don't know why, but you want to. You can. I'm not going to because that's weird for placing. We're gonna just do a bit of this. We will do a stack at the back though. Sometimes the game does not like to clip it correctly. But we'll go and manage. Now if you did this, then it would clip through, so that probably wouldn't look quite right. We'll add a few more barrels. Just around the village now. So this is just more so for like aesthetics. Make them a little bit different. I'll probably switch up these barrels in a bit. Just place them around the village so the village doesn't feel quite as ridiculous. You don't want to put them too close to each other in the case the player notices and wonders about that. But place them inside. Bury them. Yeah, these are fish barrels. These are barrels where, you know, fish lie. You can click it and then click and drag to do the positioning of the barrel as well. And yeah, it's really just a lot of like playing around, making sure you have something that seems to go correctly to what you want it to do. It doesn't have to look super insane. I usually spend way too much effort anyway in making sure it looks interesting. And like interesting as in the player could also use these things later, or I just put stuff in it. Something I like to give my players is, well, let's not be too ridiculous. This is just a town. Sometimes I would give them like, I would never give a player a death fog barrel in the first like 10 seconds. That's very, very ridiculous. Can't believe they gave us the stuff in the like first 10 seconds. Death fog. This is why you always play an undead character. Undead characters are like the best characters. Though that is also not true. Don't question why there are such dangerous barrels around. This is a trading port city, so maybe it is simply a thing that happens here. But we're gonna just zoom around, try to put stuff down. That would look decently plausible. I still don't know why there's oil on the dock, but we're not gonna worry too much about it. The game is pretty forgiving in positioning and whatnot. Occasionally though, like it'll clip it to a foundation that doesn't seem right, and things will hover, but we're gonna try our best to avoid that. That's probably enough barrels, so let's do some baskets. Baskets are, you know, similarly interesting things, but also things that you would find around a village. So I'm gonna go and put some baskets down. Yeah, these baskets are hovering. Oh boy, that's a weird one. Some of these don't have the best textures in them. But then again, as a player, when you're like zoomed out like this, you don't really notice. It's just something to loot. You rarely actually look at the textures enough to be like, this texture looks really, really mediocre. But then you realize, well, it's probably baked in there for ease of access. Can't really shit on them too hard for it. It's not something that most people are gonna notice. I really only noticed because I have done texture art before, and I was like, for a bit, on a real big like texture kick of like looking at textures, figuring out things, making sure things seemed right. Yeah, these are too much of the same barrel. I'll have to change that later. We're not gonna change that now though. That would be too much time invested on barrels, I think. That scene looks pretty... Can't replicate that. We'll put an apple basket here and maybe one of these. Then over here, we've got... let's put A1 here. This is basically the same one. I do like this one. If you have favorites, you can favorite them. That way you don't lose them. That's also good if you want to make something happen specifically and you forget what you've done. It's a little tilting to go back and do it again. Chest-wise, we could put down some chests. Put down a chest here. Does this chest open the way I think it does? It does. Cool. Right into the wall, as everyone intended. Let's put it up here for a bit of more realisticness. And some of these things already have loot in them. It's up to the item though, much like Divinity. Sometimes you open a thing, it's got nothing in it. Sometimes you open it up, it's got something in it. It's dependent on some things. A lot of these are going to be empty, but as you can see, you can select stock, you can put stuff in it. And if you click I, you have the Game Master inventory. You can create items in here, click and drag them directly in there. I rarely do this though. I just give people a lucky charm and hope that they find something. Because for the most part, these are like props, right? And as much as, you know, you want every single thing to be interactable, even in D&D, you're not going to smash every single pot and have every single thing have something in there. We're not... corpses in a village? Nah, not today. Fish racks. It is a fishing village. You would expect this to happen, so... But it's not going to be off the dock. There's already a fish rack in here, but we're going to have some... And fish racks are probably going to be out in the sun. It would not make too much sense for the fish rack to be in the shade. So we'll put some here. This is a bit of a weird fish rack. Ooh, even weirder. I mean, it could be maybe to the side here. And again, I try to do my best to not clip them into things. That would be a little weird to do. I think this one's still levitating a little bit. Yeah, it is, but not enough to like get too much scrutiny. And if I recall correctly, I could be wrong. Let me hold on. Let's make another guy. It's not gonna be anything insane. We'll have a beggar to start. He can be named Quaid Renta. Level 3. He is, well, he's an ally. He doesn't have to have anything huge. Basic AI. We're gonna change his trousers to be... Yeah, he's not really a beggar. He's just a beggar preset. I'll give him bare feet. He is a fisherman. Fairly well kept beard, hairstyle. And give him a bunch of stuff, but we're gonna try to be thematically correct too. Someone who's just out here doing stuff. Honestly, could have any hair though. I'll give him this like Tarzan hair. That's fine. Head, arms, trousers, boots. Facial features, skin color. Ooh, that's like a orcish yellow. Hair color wise, he will have brown hair-ish. If I can get to there. Yeah, that'll work. Clothing color, some of these colors don't really change a whole lot, but we're not gonna do like, oh, it's a fishing dog, everyone's got blue pants on. No, we're just gonna, we'll give him these. Well, is he proud of living in the village? It's just a village that he lives in. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Quaid Renta. We will give him, we'll give him some food. Common food, generate it. Level 1, you can give levels to things. This is usually for equipment or weaponry. You can also set the rarity of things. Do like uncommon food for a food trader, generate it. That'll give you some more varied food. I don't think there's anything like epic food, but let's see. No, not really. Whatever, he's got food. He's not really meant to be a trader per se. Also, every time you do this, save as, accept. Just gonna keep them in there in the case they're relevant later. But the reason why I wanted to have him is because I wanted to see if this is possible to still walk through. It is. You can possess characters regularly to test things in your environment as well. Yeah, because this is not quite oriented correctly. Let me go and orient that better. Oh, damn it. Damn you. I can't get it to line up terribly correctly. Probably have to actually go and delete the thing and do it again. Is it this fish rack? No, it's this fish rack? Fish rack? Fish rack. Let's go zoom out, make sure this is centered better. Honestly, this is like pretty good as is. I don't know why I changed it. If I did. Yeah, there we go. Click out of it, possess you again, walk through the aisle. Yeah, there's plenty of space for activities. Very good. Okay, neat. You will be on this area. And we're gonna go and give you a chair. Oh, we can give you a bench, maybe. Maybe you got a bench on the... Doesn't seem right to have just a straight up bench on the area here, maybe, but maybe it could work. Line up a bench, move the bench over. Maybe it's like here. Get out of the way. Possess you again. Go and sit on the bench, sir. Alright, neat. And there he'll stay. Hard days of work. Hard day of work. Speaking of benches, I should probably... If there's a bench here, there should be benches elsewhere. This is a bit of a very small town, really. We'll put a bench over here. If you want to, you can like clip stuff into the wall and like only show this part. Like this. But that looks a little unnatural, I would argue. Like benches normally would have a little bit of distance. Just a little bit. I don't think anyone would really notice, you know? But I like to make it the way that I would see a thing. Campfire cooking station. These are pretty neat. Because you think like, oh, these are, well, this is a soldier outpost. They're probably cooking somewhere. So we can even set up like a... It's going to be a little bit out of the way and a little bit weird to place down. And have this here. Oh, we'll drag it a little bit forward here. A little bit out of the way, but then again, the soldiers are not really anticipating people to show up, arguably, as well. We will have the chairs back again. We can have a bit more of a... Oh no, they're in a small fishing village. I don't think there's huge variety of chairs given, but we'll have a few chairs around, including, you know, chairs stacked for, you know, a fire that's not burning. A lot of the other things I'm not gonna like really populate super hard in a scene because that'll take me probably like 2 hours or something. I might do a video like that if that's something that people are interested in, or I might just do it myself. Just because I do think my process is possibly helpful for people. Something you will notice is that while there are torches around the area, there's not that many torches. So if you want it to be a little bit fancier, upgrade the torches even. But I don't think I will. We grab the same torch that they're using here. Did I not have the same one? I have longer torches. Okay, well, longer torches are longer. You wouldn't really have a torch up here. You'd have maybe like a torch holder. Ooh, but these are way too big. Why one of these? But you think they would lug these around? Probably not. So in the end, we're back to these sticks. have a stick up here. We'll have a stick over here. Somewhere where it wouldn't burn terribly easily, and somewhere where you wouldn't like pass by and eat shit. So maybe this one is actually a better constructed torch, just so for safety's sakes. We're not going to put out torture mechanisms or toys. Training targets, we could definitely put down some training targets somewhere. This is a garrison, so the soldiers have taken it over. Maybe we got a little training range over here. Few targets set up. Target set up here as well. And this is where people could go and fight stuff. If they wanted to. As players, you can go and wail on these all you want as well, but like, I'm not gonna do that. Plus, there's no huge reason to do so. You can set up a thing, probably. If you have people with bows, you can have them like right-click on this, attack this. You could probably set up your own little like inventory, or not inventory, like a side quest where you fire within 3 shots, hit all the targets in like a 20-second time limit or something. And then, some archery guy is standing over here. We can even make him if we want. We can do... Maybe they're not all human. For the sake of story, they're probably all human. But we will have... there really are just a lot of characters. I think this lady comes with an interesting ability, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be mistaken. She does come with an interesting ability. You are not going to be this noble lady. You are part of the garrison. You are part of the garrison. See, this is like the outfit you can give people for like, I am a wandering apothecary. But we're not going to give them that either. Ooh, that's like aristocratic. I guess this is the closest we're going to get. That's fine. Can give you gloves. The lower half of that. You're here, but you're also here to like fight, is the impression I'm trying to give off. So not anything terribly fancy. Got boots on, but we can't see the boots, so that's fine. Maybe you got gray hair, maybe you're oldish. Older, not oldish in that way. Yeah, sure. Your name will be Lorna XSplit XP. No. Expo? Sure. Lorna Expo. You're gonna be neutral. You're gonna be part of the guards, really. And you're gonna stand around here. With a bow in your hands. You currently don't have a bow in your hands. We're gonna change that. Go to items, go to weapons. We're gonna go to bows here. I mean, it's garrison, but also people probably, give or take, have stuff. This is currently a weapon that they can't actually use, but if we lower the limit, it can be used. And then we can duplicate that over just so the player, if they kill the guard, once again, can get something. Yeah, she'll have the bow out, and she'll have a few arrows on her. Do a little bit of arrow things. Archer trader, common, generates. It's already too much. I do feel like the game generates way too much stuff. I have to end up just deleting the stuff myself, which sort of sucks. But I do feel like most people, even if they are trading goods, will not have a huge amount of things on them. This is probably fine as is, but it's still like a lot of items for just a random NPC to have. You can also put down stickies in the scene. This is arguably the better way to put down sticky notes. You put something down, you put this here, you say Lorna, Archer, Trader. That way, when people are like, ooh, who's this person? You can click on that, you're like, oh, she's the Archer Trader. And then you can also say, she's got an optional quest line surrounding these targets. I can even put that down here. Something like this. And then we can have more notes for Alabaster, but we're not gonna do notes for everyone. Let's go and save Lorna before we forget. Right click, save, accept. Something I did not talk about in the other video that I should probably cover at least is that you want to always go and click save campaign. Yeah, don't want to lose your progress. Divinity is a large game and it will break your shit. Especially if you stay within the scene for a scarily large amount of time. I'm not saying I do that, but I have done so. I've worked on a scene for like at least 5 or 6 hours, and by the end of it, it was starting to feel like it was no longer worth it. This is too good of a table to be out here. I'm trying to read what would be a pretty more standard table, but I don't want it to be like untouched. This has to be a table that has seen a little bit of wear and tear. Why are they so huge? One of these tables is insanely large. What is this picnic? What is this? Like, needless to say, I've used a lot of these. Yeah, that's a decent size, but it's the wrong type of table. Though, if there's a lot of guards, maybe they do partake in just... Maybe the guards live in like a funny little... It's like middle school lunch or something, you know? We'll line them up here. Maybe they're closer to the training grounds. I don't like that the ground cliffs into it though, because that's a little weird for a table to be clipping into the ground for. We'll put it here, and we'll duplicate this over. So there's 2 rows. For some reason they're not facing the right way. I hate that actually. I should remember which table I used. There we are. Position is invalid. Of course it is. But of course it is. Why would it be invalid? What's here? Don't know. Okay. Well, the closest we can put it is here, where it's clearly levitating off the ground, but that should be fine. Now that there's tables down, we'll go and put some chairs down as well. These can be normal chairs, probably. As normal as you can get. It's probably too fancy. Not for nope, definitely too fancy. Pews. I could do pews. Stools? Oh yeah. You can do stools. I like to tilt some of my chairs, give them a bit of personality. A little bit. Just, you know, to... I mean, like if you go into like a classroom of any size, you're gonna see that the chairs are a little messy. You're gonna wonder what sort of kid decided to not put in his chair correctly, and you'd be surprised. A lot of people don't. While these are soldiers, these are also soldiers who probably do not want to be here, so I would not question that. You can put down things to the minute details. I'm not gonna do all of that right now. What the hell? Okay. Game seems to have glitched a little bit there, but you can do stuff like this. You can put down all the plates. Say they're preparing to make food happen, and they've just started laying out the plates. This could also be a quest for the player. It's up to you. I also realized that there are in fact only 2 seats on both of these, so why the hell do I have 3 plates? That's a great question. Let's go and move them over. I guess that doesn't seem right. Do plates here, do a plate here. There's a plate here, so someone can get a plate here. But, for the most part, I mean, this is also not what I would call a frying pan, but got some weird stuff. Pitchers, holy, that is a decadent pitcher. Now here we'll have these, and we will have like cups. We just get like a normal cup. Yeah, there we are. Like these people are not swimming in wealth to have like golden inlaid shit. Perhaps they are. Perhaps they are. Perhaps here's someone who wants their cup on the right hand side or something. But they all have got cups. Some empty mugs if need be. We can go... That's a fork? I've actually never noticed. Why does that fork look like that? Damn. This fork look like a fork? Yeah, but it's golden, so you get this thing. Enjoy your fork. We're not gonna go and actually lay down forks for everyone. I'll do it for a few people, just to give off that rough impression, but I'm not gonna go and actually do this for like the entire group of people or something. That's way too much effort. And for very little payoff, if you hold Alt here, this is what players can do in the game. They hold Alt to see everything they can interact with. And in my games at least, if there was ever like stuff on a table, I would just hold Alt and click all of them and just take them all. You don't have to do anything with them, but the NPCs will take them back for like 2 or 3 gold. So if you are looking to do that, you can do that. We'll have some stuff on the table as well. We'll have and so we could just give them all dinner. Dinner already comes with a plate, which is very weird. And the plate doesn't clip onto the table correctly. You could put in dinner in the front here, but that's also weird. I think all of these, for the most part, come in plates, which is a very weird concept. Also, like, why would soldiers be having pizza? I don't know. But if you want that in your story, you can go ahead and put that in your story. But they're not going to have that. They're probably just going to have bread. Oh boy, that's a big bread. Cheese bread. Same bread. Okay, cold fries. Cold fries on a plate? Absolutely, my favorite. I think the apple pies are unique instances. Some of them don't go on the table correctly. Like this one can only be placed in the middle of the table and not on the plates. It's painful. Instead, I just do the cop out. I put a roast pork here. Let me do a better knife. You know, it's got stuff. I'm not huge into doing all of this in like a video just to like live stream my process. Mostly because it would take me like way too long, and this is already a 44-minute recording, so I don't want to drag that out far too much. Let's see if I can cover some of the more important things about making a scene look like a scene before just sort of ending it off, or maybe I just split this into 2 videos. You can make doors if you want. These are literally straight up doors. This is something you can do if, for example, say this door, it's a door, but you want it to look like a better door. You can do something like this. You can't really put it in anywhere right now. Closest you can put it is like here. That doesn't look quite right. Yeah, you can sort of tell that that door is not there. So maybe we delete that, but you can put down doors if you want. This is the eternal stuff. We're not going to use that because it's like late game as well. Flower pots. People usually have flowers around the village. That's pretty common, honestly. Maybe not in a fishing village per se, but maybe they have them just for decoration sakes. Just small things to spruce up the place. Maybe the general really likes flowers. You don't know. It's up to you. This is your scene. You get to make all the fun decisions of creating a place that feels good to you and hopefully to the player. Lab gear, we don't need that outside. Torches, we already sort of put down torches. Books. So you can put down books. These are like the normal books. You can also put down the crafting books. That's sort of up to you if you want to give people this stuff. Most people, I would argue, don't even look at these books. When I get them in Divinity, I right-click read. If it gives me something, cool. If it doesn't, I sell it. Like, it's... But I like to give people books, and I like to actually write in them. Not write them. I like to write in them and actually, like, put things inside. But we'll put down some books, and try to not overlap their sprites too much. We'll put down some books, just you know. And these are books. There are others. I don't remember which category here, but you can actually get to straight like scrolls. Is it? Here, scrolls and skill books. So you can straight up put down like scrolls and skill books. Something that I'll probably put for travelers beginning in a new city is I'm gonna put down bedrolls because everyone needs them. And I mean, we all need them starting out. That's the key to having a good campaign, having the bedrolls. So I'll usually put them around, not in like terribly hard to find locations, but I'll try to like have them slightly hidden so it's like, oh, you want bedrolls? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Encourage them to explore a bit. But something else you can give people, identifying glasses. These things are really painful to put down. Usually recommend just putting them in chests or something because they're gonna get lost. They're incredibly small and really painful to actually like orientate and put places. You put this thing on the ground, who's gonna see that? You gotta hold alt to do that. Lockpicks, same deal. Put them in chests. They don't show up very well on the ground. Repair hammer, same sort of thing, but they show up a little bit better. So you can have like repair hammers here for some reason. And then trap disarming kit, all that stuff. But yeah, and then everything else really is just up to what you want it to be. You can have potions here. You can have potions on people. You can have drinks. You can have all that other fun stuff. But this is basically your time to just play around, make something happen. Things are purely just here for you to lay them out. It is a pretty magical process. We'll have some sacks here. Maybe we've got some sacks, both for, grain collection and also maybe for potential cover. I don't know. Are they getting attacked? I don't know. Probably the sack wouldn't be in the sun if it's got a thing. Maybe it's fertilizer. Who knows? It can be whatever you want it to be. We don't know what these things are for. Ooh, here's a nice big collection of them. We'll put that collection over here. The closest I can get that. Maybe the other way around? Yeah, sure. Not to make it too cluttered, of course. And then there's like just big pieces you can put down. Just be aware wherever you're putting these things, hopefully it makes some amount of sense. I'm not saying players will like judge you too harshly on, oh, does that make sense? No? Like, that doesn't, weird. But like, if you want to make it feel convincing, camera, please cooperate with me. Thank you. I would recommend at least trying to do a little bit of that. Just for the bare minimum of things. I personally like to put down damn it. All the chests that say like small chest are never very small. And I think this chest opens out this way, if I'm not mistaken. It does. Cool. I like to put down chests in not hidden places, but like quote unquote like less reachable places. Places where the player would have to go and explore to find it. But then again, most players play on like a zoomed out camera like this. So they probably zoom up. Oh look, a chest. I'll go up there. If you want to make a chest that is locked, you just have to lock it. You can master lock it, which means only you can open it, or you can manage it and change like the lock level. You can also add stuff to the chest from here or from your GM inventory. That's up to you. If a chest is locked, for example, if players have lockpick ability, they can make a roll for it, or maybe just have a key somewhere that opens that chest. You just have to like manually verify that stuff. Be like, oh, you want to open this chest? What keys do you have? Oh, you have the big rusted key. That'll fit. And then you can master unlock it. That sort of thing. I feel like I've covered most of the things that I do in a scene. And this is like by no means a filled out scene, but you can sort of see that it's a bit more populated in a way. I don't know if that really helps anyone, but hopefully that explains a little bit of things. I could go on for so long and make a scene. In fact, I think in the next time you'll see the scene, it'll be even more transformed, but we'll skip that bit here and call it because it's reaching an hour and I don't want to talk any further. Running out of things to say, running out of brain power to juice. This is the video on creating a scene. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully that is a little bit useful on at least how to like get started. And if you are like a level designer or designer, then you'll probably just have a lot of fun. It's just layout stuff. Right, thank you for watching. If you want to subscribe or give it a like or something, leave a comment, feel free to go and do so. I won't stop you. Very much welcome it. But otherwise, you have a good day.